Joe Biden is living up to his promises that he gave when he was running, saying that he was going to take on the gun lobby. Uh, this is some scary stuff. So he's calling on Congress to strengthen gun laws, and he did this on the third anniversary of the mass shooting at was it Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School
the
in
Parkland
Florida?
shooting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Parkland shooting. And by the way, this is the dirty stuff that your people do, Shannon, where you
What?
guys use these emotional events to pass these legislations. I just want to say it's dirty, but I'll go ahead and continue. And so it says that the president he called for several provisions, including background checks on all gun sales, banning assault weapons and high capacity magazines, and eliminating legal immunity for gun manufacturers. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said in a statement on Sunday that Congress would work with the Biden administration to enact two background check bills. Now, Shannon, what are your thoughts on the things that I just stated? I'm gonna read them one by one, and you tell me your thoughts.
I agree with the background check
On
bills.
all gun sales?
On all gun sales, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you agree with a national gun registry program?
Yeah.
Okay. Banning assault weapons and high capacity magazines?
I'm leaning towards yes.
Okay. And
just because I don't really know why you need an assault rifle.
Okay. And the last was eliminating legal immunity for gun manufacturers.
Wait, eliminating what?
Eliminating legal immunity for gun manufacturers.
No. So that means that they would be held accountable if somebody
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. I don't agree with that.
So for me, I gotta be honest with you. I'm against probably all of this stuff.
Okay.
Let's take the first one. All right. Background checks. No one ever explains to the public what the background check, like, what are they searching for? And to me, this is not a small point because we do this a lot, right? I asked you last. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, continue. You go first.
No, I'm saying that last week we had a discussion about the no-fly list. I think it was last week.
Yeah, it was.
And I asked you, whatever, maybe 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. I asked you, well, okay, how do you end up on the no-fly list? Matter of fact, who puts together the no-fly list? Is there a trial? Is there, do I have to explain myself? Or is it just some arbitrary thing that puts me on the no-fly list? And I feel the same way when it comes to background checks. No one is telling the public, okay, this is what will get you flagged on a background check, right? So, are we? If I go to therapy, will I be barred from getting a weapon?
Sorry. The no-fly list is a small subset of the U.S. government terrorist screening database, also known as the terrorist watch list. So
yeah, but it doesn't tell you is FBI, CIA,
This database is maintained by the FBI's Terrorist Screening Center.
Okay, so FBI, exactly, but it still doesn't tell us what criteria they use to determine this person belongs on the no-fly list.
Okay, so are you against it because there's not enough information on who is doing these background checks, or are you just against background checks in general?
Well, number one, we don't know who's doing the background checks.
Okay,
that's a big reason. Number two, to my point, okay, what is a red flag? If I go to therapy, no.
Okay.
If I go to therapy, is that a red flag? If I go to, Alcoholic Anonymous, AA meetings, is that a red flag from not
That's
getting?
True. Okay.
But so what is a red flag?
I don't know if they would flag you if you go to therapy. I think that they would flag you if your therapist says that she thinks that you're a danger to yourself and others, which I think that they're allowed to disclose.
True, but that's not what a background check is. A background check is searching for markers, meaning certain things.
I know.
And it's somebody's back. It's not this thing where you go and you reach out to a therapist and then the therapist tells the government. No,
if you went to jail for attempted murder before and you're trying to obtain another gun, I think that's a flag.
But even then, okay, so why can't I have a gun? Even then, why can't I have a gun? If we're saying that if somebody goes to jail and they pay their debt to society, is it a clean slate or not?
Oh, I guess that's true.
I'm just saying, no one thinks about this because remember I told you, Shannon, it's safety and then there's freedom,
Okay.
right? The safer your society is, the further you are away from freedom. This is freedom. Hey, freedom. The closer you are to freedom, your society is less
So
safe.
what do you suggest that we do then? Do you feel like
First of all,
nothing?
I
Do you
don't think I don't think we have a gun problem like people think we do.
There's not a gun problem. It's the people that are obtaining the guns and then using them. But
Yeah, but
then what do we do about that?
so number one, we have to have conversations about what is causing most of the gun deaths in this country. Most gun
Unstable
deaths,
people?
no, but that's the thing. Most gun deaths are not from mass shootings.
No, I know that. But
Yeah,
when they're making these laws, these gun reform laws, they're the main thing that they have in their mind is these mass shootings that that have happened. Even though I know there's a whole lot of other. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no,
Go
my
ahead, because it
bad,
looks
Shannon.
like it.
Sorry.
I was supposed it looked like you had to say something.
Go
Even though
ahead.
I know gun violence is very prominent in Black communities and a lot of different places, I feel like when they're making these gun reform laws, they're mainly thinking of mass shootings, which is not right. They should be thinking about it as a whole. But now what was I trying to say? Now I'm losing my now I ran off on my train of thought. What was I trying to
So,
say?
I have no idea, but
Okay,
but
great.
but here's the thing, though. To your point, though, most gun deaths are not from mass shootings, though. The mass shootings are like these things are attempting to stop mass shootings, even though like you said and I said, and by the way, if you're listening or watching, just go ahead and Google gun deaths. The majority of gun deaths are not due to mass shootings. Matter of fact, I don't even think the majority of gun deaths are due to homicides. I think I'm gonna look this up right now. I think most gun deaths are actually suicides, but
Really?
gun deaths, I'm pretty sure I'm looking at it right now. Hmm. Well, this is so just a little quick little thing. In the US, most people who die of suicide use a gun. And most deaths by gun are suicides.
Mm, okay.
There were 19,392 firearm related suicides in the US in 2010. In 2017, over half of the nation's 47,173 suicides involved a firearm. So it's going up. Yeah, which is my point. So the majority of deaths by gun are suicides. Overwhelming
Interesting.
majority. People
Okay.
with people with handguns who, their life sucks and they're ready to check out. And so they check out.
Okay.
So this legislation, Shannon, has nothing to do with actually saving lives. That's problem number one. Now, there's a separate conversation to be had about what the intention is. See, I think what they want is they want to get the hands out of the. I like machine guns. Okay, I like, and I'm not going to hide the reason why I want a machine gun. I ain't going hunting. I want a machine gun because I might have to shoot a couple of people.
Yeah.
It's true. We have to stop hiding from the truth. The Second Amendment is not for some hunting. The Second Amendment, I'm gonna read it in its entirety because we have to stop playing games. Okay? Second Amendment, a well regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That is not talking about hunting. Militia. Uh, That's an army. People ready to go to war. That's why I want my guns because I might have to shoot a couple of people to protect my personal freedom. And after what we saw last year, where cops was getting their asses kicked and was running out of police stations and leaving civilians, Shannon, it's important. Civilians were left alone to fend for themselves. We saw that happen. That's why I want a machine gun. That's why I want an AK-47. That's why I want a sniper rifle because I might have to defend myself. I'm not hiding behind the hunting stuff like the Republicans do. If there's one critique I have of Republicans, stop hiding behind, uh, you know, hunting and to protect my house from burglars. No, no, you do not have an automatic weapon to protect your house from burglars. You have an automatic weapon because you might have to shoot a couple of people in case the social order breaks down in America. And so that's also why I want my guns. It's part of the reason as soon as I get my hands on some money, I'm out of New York City, baby. No, Jabari's going to a red state where I could buy me a whole bunch of guns.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I'm just saying. So that's why I'm against the background checks part, right? And I explained why I'm against the banning the assault weapons because I needed to come. I have to shoot a couple of people. The eliminating the legal immunity thing, I don't understand why this is coming up again. Because
this is dumb. I don't understand. I don't think that I don't think that anything should fall on the seller.
If I sell Shannon a Glock and Shannon uses the Glock to kill her boyfriend, how in God's name is that my fault?
It's not my fault. It's not at all.
Yeah, I know she's gonna go kill her boyfriend. Now it's different if you can prove, emphasis on the word prove. If you can prove that Shannon came to me and said, "Hey, Jabaya, I need a Glock because I'm going to kill my husband," and I sell her the gun knowing that, and I don't alert the authorities, then that's different. Even though I still contend that I shouldn't be blamed because maybe Shannon's a victim of domestic violence and she wanted the gun to scare the guy. Who knows? But holding gun manufacturers responsible for the crimes committed by people who they sell their guns to me is insane, and it's a dangerous precedent because we don't have this line of thinking with any other product. Like, can you imagine if we held I don't know, I'm trying to think of an apple. Okay, if we held Toyota responsible if we got into a car accident?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's dumb. It's dumb. That shouldn't be a thing at all.
Holding McDonald's responsible because we get fat from going to McDonald's? Come on now. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Come on, Joe.
Okay.
And so this is one of the places where I am rooting for Republicans. This is why I'm saying I'm an independent, because I'm rooting for Republicans. And by the way, more black people should be more pro-gun. I don't understand why black people have this anti-gun stance. Mm-hmm. Like none of this is gonna make your neighborhood safer. You think the people in the hood are buying their guns, from gun stores to shoot each other? No, they're buying them from somebody's car trunk in the back alley somewhere.
Also, there are a lot of other dangerous weapons out there too. Like, I know that guns are like at the forefront, but there's other stuff you gotta be worried about. Knives.
Don't you, Shannon? You are a woman and you can't really protect yourself from crime in New York City.
I have ways to protect myself.
Shannon, I know you have this fantasy. So Shannon watches a lot of anime, and so she has this fantasy that somebody walk up with Shannon, she's gonna turn to somebody. Shannon.
No, I haven't, and I don't know. That's not enough, but that's something.
Allegedly
what?
You have these things allegedly.
No, I do.
No, trust me, you don't.
Oh, sorry.
Just Jesus Christ, Shannon. Jesus Christ.
Cut that out. You see, now actually go in there and do some editing work so that you don't end up incriminating me.
Jesus
I didn't even think about it.
I didn't even think about that. I'm trying to help Shannon out. We're like, no, you don't.
All right, cut that out. Allegedly.
Yes. Yes. In New York City,
cut it out.
I am. Oh no, trust me, I am, because I'll also be implicated in this, whatever that was. No, in New York City, you can't have any weapons now. I used to walk around with a pocket knife back in junior high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it was illegal, but for me, it was like, well, I'd rather be arrested than need the knife, and not have it. But you, as a woman, Shannon, you can't have any weapons. You can't have any mace. You can't have any. You can't have a knife. I think you can have a knife, but it has to be like under 2 inches, 3 inches.
Yeah.
Which to me ain't an effective knife. I need at least 4 or 5 inches. Mm-hmm. Like switchblade, bam, right in the neck. You can't possess a firearm. So what we've done in New York City, we have given police all of the power to protect us, so that we don't have to protect ourselves. I think that's insane. Mm-hmm. I think guns are one of the greatest equalizers, right? Before the world had guns, Shannon, Mike was right. And so whoever was the biggest, strongest man around the block, he could bully any of us
Mhm.
because we could not physically go against him, unless
Mhm.
we use numbers. But you understand my point. Guns made it where you could be fat, you could be skinny, you could be a male, you could be a female. Uh, they're the great equalizer because we can all use guns,
Okay.
and I
Yep.
think a well-armed society is a polite society. I'm just gonna say it. So no, Joe Biden, I don't like uh these little gun legislations that you're trying to pull, and I think more black people should have an open mind to guns.
Okay.
By the end of this podcast, Shannon's gonna have a gun. Trust me. Trust you me.
I don't know about all of that, but I understand where you're coming from and the point that you're making.
Thank you.